What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Achieving Breakthrough audience? It's your girl, Coach Ivory Ector, here to empower you to break through. I am so excited about today's topic. Come on in, share, like, take your notepad, your phone, your piece of paper, your pen, marker, whatever it is you have, so that you can take your notes so that you can be empowered to break through in your life. I want to first of all take the time to say thank everyone for being faithful to following us here at Achieving Breakthroughs on Coach Ivory Ector's page and on our actual Facebook page. We just want to say thank you. And for those that follow us on YouTube, we thank you too. If you have not, please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All you have to do, look for Achieving Breakthroughs, and you can find all of our videos. You can go back and watch some, rehearse them, take notes again. And for those who want to know what Achieving Breakthrough is really about, go to our website at www.achievingbreakthroughs.com, and you can check out our page and see what it is, the services that we offer to you. So let's get it cracking. Let's get it going. Today's Empowerment Tuesday lunchtime mix break is breakthrough in your value. Breakthrough in your value. As you can see, I'm flexing on Achieving Breakthroughs paraphernalia. Yeah, apparel. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Shout out to my girl, Nene. She created this for me. So just giving her a shout out. So let's go. Today is breakthrough in your value. Today, we want to empower you to break through in your value. The reason why we sometimes have a place of stagnation, or we're blocked, or we can't, get past something, is because we do not understand that we are valuable. We do not believe that we are a valuable people, or that you are a valuable person, or that you hold value, or that you have value. And so oftentimes when we do not realize that we don't have value, when we think that we are not valuable, then we allow ourselves to be treated a certain type of way, put in predicaments or situations or circumstances that we don't want to be put in. And we accept things that we don't need to accept because we don't know our value. We don't know how valuable we are, or we disregard our value, or we disregard how valuable we are because we think we need that thing or this thing more greater in order to make us be of a value. And I want you all to know here that in order to break through in your life, you have to know that you are valuable. You have to know that you hold value. You have to know that you are worth. Have to know that you are worth it. Okay, somebody say, I'm ready to break through in my value. Somebody say, I'm ready to break through in my value. You have to understand that in order for people to accept what you have to offer, whether it be your business, whether it be your relationships, whether it be your family, whether it be your friends, whether it be at work, you have to understand that in order to be received, you have to be confident in what you're giving. You have to be confident in what you have established. You have to be confident in what you built. You have to be confident in what you're doing. You have to be confident that anything that I put my hands to, or anything that involves me, that it becomes a value because I'm valuable. It becomes a worth it or worthy because I am worthy. I am worth. I house worth. I am the value. I have the value because I produce value. So we have to understand that if we don't understand and we don't get a breakthrough in our value, then we cannot move forward. We cannot build. We cannot establish. We cannot create. We cannot generate. We cannot produce. We cannot be as effective as we need to be because we don't understand our value. So I want to ask you I want to tell you that what you value, you treat different. What you value, you treat different. How are you treating what you value? How are you treating you? So if you value yourself, right? then that means you will not allow anything to treat you less than you treat yourself. You will not allow any situation, any circumstance, any place, any noun, you hear what I'm saying? Any place, person, or thing devalue you, which means treat you less than what you treat yourself, because you value what you value, and you treat what you value a certain way. When you value something, that means when you regard something, when you hold it in a high esteem, when something is important to you, when something is worth something, when something is useful, when you desire something, or you benefit from it, or something has a gain, or something is good, or something is profitable, something is a service to you, something is a help to you, something is effective for you, something is a significance to you, something has a point, something has a sense. When you value, which means a high regard. Once again, it's an importance. It's worth something. It's useful. It's desirable. So when you value yourself, what am I saying? I'm saying when you hold yourself in high regard, when you know that you are useful, when you know that you are worth something, when you know that you are desirable and you have a desirability, when you know you are a benefit, when you know that you are a gain, when you know that you are profitable, when you know that you are good, when you know that you are effective, when you know that you have a significance, when you know that you are worth something, then you treat yourself different than a person who doesn't realize, what they have. Oftentimes, you don't realize who we are and what we have. So we devalue ourselves. That means we bring ourselves down. We don't hold ourselves to a certain esteem. See, before anybody can hold you to some expectations, you got to hold yourself to the expectation, because you understand that I'm a person of value. Somebody type that in. I'm a person of value. I have value, and I am value. That's what you want to type that in. You want to say, I'm a person of value, I have value, and I am value. And when you look at the definition of value, again, it's high regard. It is a significance, it's importance, it's profitable, it's desirable. So to value something means that you understand that what you're valuing is important. It means something to you. It's worth something. So we don't just lose stuff that's worth something to us. We don't treat stuff that's worth something, that's desirable to us, that's beneficial to us. We watch how we treat it. When they say things are delicate, treat with care. That's because of the value of it. That's because what it is worth. That is because what it houses. That's because what it can do for you, or the effectiveness that it can give to you, how it can enhance. So when you're in a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a marriageship, whether it's familyship, when you value those people or that person that you are in relationship with, guess what you're saying? You're saying, I consider it all. And I realize that this person that I am in relationship with, whether it's marriage, friendship, familyship, or worship, I realize the value of this thing. So I consider the person and how I treat them, talk to them, what I do with them, for them, how I am around them, because I value what we have. I value what's established, and I value what they give and what they bring to me. And so when someone does opposite to you, and you allow it, you're devaluing yourself. So if someone isn't giving you what you need, or you believe someone or something is not valuing you, meaning treating you precious, treating you in a high regard, giving you a level of importance, being gentle and delicate with, whether it's your business, whether it's your line, and whether it's your gifts, your talents, whether it's your children, whether it's your at work. If you feel like you're not being valued, then you have to reassess the place that you're at. And you have to reassess how you see yourself. If you don't see yourself as value, then you will not be treated like you are valuable. I hope I'm making sense to somebody here. I hope I'm showing you that you have to break through in value in order to get out of that bad relationship that you're in. You're in the bad relationship because you don't realize, whether it's a friendship, platonic, whatever it is, because you don't realize your value. You don't realize that you're worth something. This is what I'm talking about today. This is for the individual. We want to empower the individual on today to break through in your value. And in order to break through in your value, you have to know what value means. And in order, when you understand what value means, then you have to know that if this is what value means, and you say, hey, this is how I feel about myself, then you realize that you won't allow anything else to do anything opposite, because I know my value. I know what I'm worth. I know what I weigh. I know what I give. I know what I enhance. I know what I do. I know. And it's not an arrogance. It's not pride. It's not cockiness. It is confident that I'm worth something. It is confidence that anybody saying that if anything or anybody is connected or attached to me, that they gain something. And so if somebody or something, or you are connected or attached to something that doesn't see your value, then you have to detach yourself from that, because it will begin to devalue you. And then it'll have you thinking, oh, maybe I didn't think I was worth something. Maybe I didn't think that I was special. Maybe I didn't think I was fragile, useful, desirable. You start thinking that you're not pretty, or you're not fine, or you're not handsome, or, you don't have the ability or the know-it-all to do whatever it is you need to do. It starts to play on your mental, and then your emotional, and then your physical. And now you see yourself as something void of worth. You need to know that in order to break through, that you are not void of worth. You are worth something. You are valuable. You have value because you are value. You are. And wherever you go has to position itself to receive the value, to receive the worth. Am I making sense to you? So I ask you, what you value, you treat different. So how are you treating yourself? Are you talking down to yourself? Are you saying I'm a failure? I can't do this. I can't. Are you having negative thoughts about you, about your work, what you do, how you talk, how you are? Do you see yourself as less? Do you see yourself in a negative light? Then when you do that, then you begin to not comb your hair, not brush your teeth, not wash your face, not dress nice, not be nice. So when you devalue yourself, then that's what you give out to other people. But when you understand your value, you treat people the same way that you know that you are. So if you hold yourself in high regard, even if it's a bum on the street, guess what? Because you're a person of value, you are kind to the bum on the street or the homeless person. You are kind, you are loving, you are gentle, because the position doesn't matter. Just because they don't have what you think they need doesn't mean they don't have value. Because you can take a homeless person off the street, or a homeless person can come up off that street, and then you'll forget that they was the one that you was handing money to every day, because now they got polished off and their value is now glowing. They now see who they are. They know who they are. They always knew who they were, but the situation covered their value. The situation covered their worth. The situation made it appear as if they were not worth something, as if they were not of a high regard. And so we disregard them because we don't see them. And that's kind of how it is with you. You disregard what you don't see right. You disregard, or you feel like it's not worth it when you can't see clearly. You say that it is not a level of importance, or it's not worth it, because you see it for what you're looking at, and you don't see past it to see the value of that thing. You can leave a relationship too soon because you're just looking at it and not the value of the two people in the relationship. You can end a friendship too quick because you're just looking at the faculties and the flaws of the person, and not looking, of the relationship, the environment of the relationship, and not looking at the detail of the relationship. You have to look at what you have to assess, to make sure that it has the value. You don't ever want to let go of anything that brings value to you. You never want to release yourself from anything that is worth something. You understand what I'm saying? They say anything worth having is worth fighting for, because that means they realize that what I have may not look like it holds value, but I can see. Right now, you may be unemployed. That doesn't mean you don't have value. Right now, you may have just gotten a divorce, been in a bad relationship. Right now, you could have been in a dry and deserted place, and you know, in those places and those situations that occurred will make it appear that you don't have no worth. Somebody will look and be like, oh, look at what he went through. Oh, he been in jail. He don't have no value. Not so, because he could have been the best mathematician and electrician right up in jail, fixing their lights and everything, then get out. And because you're looking at his record, you think he don't have no value. Not so. There's value in your flow. There's value in your mishaps. There's value even in the place that you think is void. It's really value. You just have to break through and see. You have to believe. And when you treat it like it's supposed to be treated, you can see the value in it. Oftentimes we can't see the value of something because we're misdiagnosing what we have. We're not seeing clearly, you know, what we have because we're looking at what we do not have. And so we can't see that this piece of coal is really a diamond because it's got dirt on it, you know. But another person to say, let me clean this off and see what I really got. Let me wash this thing off and see what I really have. And when they wash it off, they realize, oh, this not just no rock. This here is this is a diamond. You do know if you go and you take this, they'll burn it and purify it and refine it, and it'll be something on your hand. So that's how you got to see yourself. You have to, or whoever you're in a relationship with, you could be the one that's devaluing the people around you, because you feel like they're not worth something because where they came from or where they're currently at or what they've been through. But you got to see past that, and you got to know that although they look like this is not, they still have value. When you cannot see value in a person or in a thing, that's because you can't see the value in yourself. And then if you only think that you're the only one that has value and nobody else that you are connected with or around you is valuable or has value, you're in a bad place, because what you're really in now is you feel like you don't need anything and anybody know in order to be valuable and to be known as valuable. Somebody else has to confirm that this is worth it. So you have to say, I'm worth it. I'm not going to let somebody treat me like this just because I don't want to be alone. I'm worth it. I'm not gonna let you mishandle me or mishandle, you know, what's going on with me because you don't see me. I'm not going to talk to myself as if I don't know that I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm beautiful, I'm kind, I'm gentle, I'm loving, I'm forgiving. I'm not going to devalue myself because where I am. And I'm not going to allow anything, anyone, or any place to do that either. So value can also be defined as a person's principles or standards of behavior. Once again, I said, how are you treating what you say you value? Because when you value something, you treat it different. You're more considerate about it. You're more meticulous about it. You're not mean and or nasty or in a disregard to it. What is it? Should you be looking at something different? How are you seeing it? How are you seeing yourself? How are you seeing yourself? Do you see yourself as someone of value? Meaning, do you see yourself worth it? Do you see yourself worthy? Do you see yourself desirable? Do you see yourself effective? Do you see yourself as a gain? Do you see yourself as a profitable? Do you see yourself as a service? Do you see yourself as significant, as a worthiness? How do you see yourself determines if you value yourself. And in order to achieve breakthrough in your life, you have to value you before anybody else can. You have to know that you have value. How you act, how you behave shows what you value. If you value a relationship, you don't curse it out. You're not negative to it. You don't drain it dry. You don't take advantage of it. If you value yourself, you don't allow that to happen to you. You don't take advantage. You don't let someone take advantage of you. You don't let someone misuse you. You don't let someone abuse you when you value you. Okay? One's judgment of what's important in life. What you do the most shows what you value. If we get high all day, I value getting high. The weed is fine. This is what I'm gonna do because this just that's what you're doing most of the time. Or I'm drinking all the time. So you value the bottle and you spend less time with yourself because it appears from what you're doing the most is what you value the most. But when I tend to myself, when I assess how I think, when I assess how I speak, when I assess how I'm feeling, when I assess how I see myself in the mirror, whether my hair combed or not, whether I'm dressed nice today or I got on a jogging suit, whether I went to Neiman Marcus or I went on over to Payless, which I think is closed now. And how do you value yourself? And what you wear doesn't determine your value. It just says you spent a lot of money or not a lot of money. Because a person can spend a lot of money on what they wear and still have low self-esteem. A person can spend a lot of money on what they drive and still have no value. They don't value themselves. A person can get their hair done, nails done, eyes done, wear the best clothes, the best accessories, and all of these different things, the best house and all that, and still don't know their value. And guess why they do all that? Not just because they have the money. It could possibly be that they still don't see themselves as worthy. Things don't make us worthy. People don't make us worthy. Relationships doesn't make you worth something. Who you're connected to doesn't determine if you are a person of importance, if you should be treated in high regard. No, none of that makes you valuable. Guess what makes you valuable? How you love, how you forgive, how you treat. If you're kind, if you're generous, if you're forgiving. That's the value. The value isn't what I obtain by monetary things. The value is how I see myself on the inside, even if all hell is breaking loose on the outside. Some people value or will feel like, man, I really value Sabrina. Oh, why you, man? Because when she come around, it's just so peaceful. So when people realize what you're worth, they'll do their best to not offend, or they'll do their best to not mess up, or they'll do their best not to take advantage of you because they understand your value. But once again, when we don't understand our value, then we allow anything to happen and anything to take place. When you value something, I'm reading my notes. When you value something, someone, somewhere, then you consider that in which you value. You take into consideration before you talk to them, before you do an act. You know, what you do and what you don't do determines how you value it. And in order to achieve breakthrough, you have to know your value, which means you have to know that you are worth something. It means you have to know that you are valuable. It means that you have to know that you are a benefit to something, someone, or somewhere. You have to know that when you are part of anything, around anything, connected, attached, affiliated with anything, it becomes valuable because you are valuable. It becomes worth something because the person that knows that they're worth something is a part of that. It's time out for being attached to things that don't know your value, that doesn't know that if I get you connected with me, we're going somewhere. If this relationship continue to go, man, this is worth the time. This is worth the wait. This is worth the mess ups. This is worth all the wrong alleys I went down, all the bad choices I made. And because of the choices that I made and because of the things that I've done, even to myself, I realize when I see something of value, I treat it different. Now I know that I'm not just a single mother, a single father, or adopted, because I was adopted, nobody wanted me. I'm nobody. No, that's not true. Because you got adopted doesn't determine your value. Because whoever adopts you, when they see you, they'll know I picked this person because I see the value in him or her. I see the worthiness. I see that they're worth something. They're worth something. And sometimes we feel like because situations occurred, that it means that we're not valuable. It means that we're not worth something. But that is not true. Breakthrough today in your value, which means breakthrough into your worth. Know that you are worth something to someone, something, and someplace. And when you know that you have value, which means that you are worth something, you have weight, there's a purpose, you're beneficial, and not beneficial for usage, but beneficial in relation wise. You would never allow yourself to be taken advantage of. You will watch and monitor what you do to yourself, what you put in yourself, what you do more, what you operate more, how you speak more, what you're around, who's around you, what connects to you. Because you'll understand, I'm worth. And not a nasty attitude. I don't want to be in this because I'm worth this. I'm worth more than that. I ain't got to be blah, blah, blah. No, not the negative. But when you really have that epiphany that I'm a valuable person. I'm an asset. I'm an asset. It don't matter where I go to McDonald's. I'm an asset because if I don't go to McDonald's, they ain't gonna make no money. I'm an asset to McDonald's. You get what I'm saying? I'm an asset to Sony. I'm an asset. They need what I have because I'm worth something. Because I'm worth something. If you don't see the value in your children, if you don't believe your children have value, you'll talk to them any kind of way. You disregard them. And then you can't see who they are. You don't know their gifts, their talents. You don't know their abilities because the way you don't see the value in this baby that you had and brought into this world. Likewise with your marriage, likewise with your relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, like all the same. If you look at this job, this is just another little job, and you don't see the value in the job, regardless if that's where you want to be or not. If you don't see the value in that, you'll take that position for granted. You'll take that job for granted. You'll take that relationship for granted. You'll take for granted parenting. You'll take for granted marriage. You'll take for granted families. You'll take for granted friendships. You'll take for granted if you don't realize the value. Do you consider yourself? Do you appreciate? Do you respect? Do you admire? Do you cherish? Do you treasure? Do you realize you're special? Do you realize you're precious? Do you realize that you are well thought of? The moment you start, you don't determine if you're valuable based off how somebody treats you. You determine, I got to calm down, I almost get happy. You determine your value by what you say to yourself. Oh, she didn't treat me nice, so I must be the way she said, or he didn't treat me right, so I must be. No. Somebody somewhere appreciates me. They appreciate what I give. They appreciate what I do. They appreciate my presence. They appreciate my kindness. They appreciate my love. They appreciate my giving. They just appreciate my presence because they realize that I'm worth something. Today's breakthrough empowerment session is for you to break through in your value, meaning for you to know that you're worth it. You are worth something. And anything, anybody, or any place around you that will reject what you are worth, we don't need to be there. So in order to get out of that place and break through that place, I encourage you today, know your value, break through in it. You've just tuned in to Achieving Breakthroughs. Coach Ivory Ector here. empowering you to break through. And today we are excited that you are breaking through in your value. If you get confused again, go look up the word value. Come back and play this again. Take the notes and apply it. Because when you don't apply something to yourself that you know you need, it means you don't really value yourself. People take classes and get trainings and get cultivated. They do empowerment sessions. They get counseling. They go to therapists. They go to group settings, and they do these things. Why? Because they want to invest in themselves. When you value yourself, you invest in yourself. When you know that you are worth something, you take the time and you invest in yourself. What are you investing in yourself with? You can't party all day, every day. That's not investing. Well, it is. It's just not a good investment. Let me correct myself. You're investing, but it's not a good investment, because what do you get out of partying every day? Did it build you? No, it just made you tired. Now you're tired. You can't do nothing. You can't even go to work. Get high all day. Well, how did that invest in you? Because now you're drowsy. You want to eat. You want to do your thing. You can't. Now you just don't. You just want to lay back. When you value yourself, you take time and you pour into yourself. You invest in you. Everybody want to invest in the stock markets to get money, but nobody wants to invest in themselves. Everybody looking for the loans to get money, but money won't help you invest in you if you don't know what you're utilizing the money for. If you just wanted to obtain it and not wanting it to help cultivate you. What's the point? Just to say you're rich? Rich with no value. It's possible. Breakthrough. Tune in with Coach Ivory Ector. Check us out on our website, www.achievingbreakthroughs.com. Also, please go on our YouTube page. Follow us, Achieving Breakthroughs. Share with a friend. We do one-on-one sessions. We do group sessions. We get this thing cracking and going. So please know that we are here for you, for your empowerment needs, to help cultivate you in order to achieve breakthroughs in every area of your life. No area left behind. Peace out.